Hello, everybody. Yes, I know I'm live on Facebook and all the places for the second time today, and probably a lot of you are going, what is she doing here again? Well, guess what, guys? As we did last week and that we are doing leading up to our virtual expo for the next few weeks, we have some sponsor spotlight interviews. We have 12 incredible sponsors for our upcoming Heart and Soul Virtual Expo on the 9th, 10th and 11th of October. And I'm just bear with me 2 secs. Yep, great. I can see that I'm live. And we are giving every single one of our sponsors the opportunity to come and have an interview so we can learn more about them on a more in-depth level about them and their businesses. And I absolutely love these opportunities to speak to our wonderful sponsors because honestly, I couldn't run this expo without them. So it's a pleasure to be able to support them like this. Now, guys, today we have a wonderful interview lined up with a beautiful lady who I kind of know fairly well. You know, I've known her for a few years now, and it's not like we're best friends or anything. Actually, we are. But her, and I'm just going to introduce you to her because this beautiful lady can practically, well, actually, she can make every single thing in your life smell better. Hashtag stink pretty with Claire. So without further ado, I would love to introduce you to the beautiful Clare Williams. Hello, love.
Hi, everybody. What a great intro, Ali.
She's already laughing. That's a good sign. How are you, gorgeous? You good? Yay. She's looking pretty. What are you doing?
I'm just dancing. I've got a crazy kitten. I'm sorry if you can hear it in the background going absolutely ballistic. So if you hear things running across the floor, it's my cat.
And is he likely to jump up and say g'day? Because you know I'm a crazy cat lady.
Probably. You know, he actually shut the screen on me once on my laptop when I was live. He jumped up
really?
and pushed the screen and shut the whole laptop.
Awesome. That's the way to go.
He's actually playing with the cork out of a wine bottle. Say no more.
She's already laughing. Well, that's I could say so much to that, but I'm not. I'm going to leave it alone.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, no, don't. All right, now, Miss Claire. So
yes,
we are here
Ali.
to talk about you and your business. And just in case those of you who are watching, you don't know, Claire and I do have a little bit of fun when we get together. So anything could happen during this interview. But tell us about you. Let's get serious for a minute, if we possibly can. Tell us about your business, Claire Bear.
Okay, so Scentsy is a world-leading fragrance company, obviously direct sales. I've been with the company for about 8 years, and actually I'm coming into my 9th year now. I've been a director for 4.5 years, and this is my life. Not only it does help that I love the products, but I don't sell Scentsy. I share Scentsy because I love it, and I love sharing it with other people. And the product sells itself. It's easy as it's not rocket science. It's wax and warmers. But as cliched as this sounds, Scentsy did actually change my life. And the things that I'm doing now in my life, 8 years ago, I would have never imagined possible. So, yeah. But I can actually literally fragrance your entire world. Even your husband's smelly work boots, which Ali will attest to.
I don't have a husband, but yes. That's right.
Well, the other half smelly boots.
The man's work boots, yeah. No, and so tell us, because I love this story. Hey, Helen, how you going, lady? Gorgeous lady. So tell us the story of how you came to be in Scentsy, because I love this story. I think and the reason why you joined. This is just so special.
Sorry, I'm just getting this up on my phone so I can see comments too.
And are you sure you want to see the comments, Claire? Because you know what happened.
Oh, actually, you know what? That's probably not a good idea, is it? Anyway,
keep the comments.
I'll just put it over here. Right. Okay. So Scentsy came along at a time in my life when I didn't know I needed it, but it happened for a reason. 14 years ago, I suffered a life-threatening medical emergency, and I actually shouldn't be here, but by the grace of God, I am. And however, it left me with some deficits, which I do attribute this a lot to my business. I believe that my business has helped a lot of the. I was left with a traumatic brain injury, and it affected all sorts of things to start with, speech and things like that. But I got to a stage after all the rehab and all the learning to walk again and learning to live with a life where I can't balance very well. And yeah, just different things like short-term memory gone. But, I'm 64 now, so I can put that down to old age. So,
dude, I'm 52 and I have that.
But the reality of the situation is, by the time all this was over, my life was very different. My children had left home, and Ali knows I don't do empty nest very well. I had one grandchild and one grandchild on the way, and when all this had first happened. So anyway, rehab's done, and I thought, right, there's no one at home. And I needed something to do. So I thought, easy, solve, I'll get a job. I'll go back to work. I was a qualified early learning educator. So I thought, piece of cake, but that's not quite how it worked. And I found myself, after a few knockbacks for jobs, realizing that at 56 with a brain injury, I wasn't going to get a regular job. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think because at the time, my self-confidence and everything had taken the biggest battering, and
yeah.
not through people being cruel, but things like, I remember I fell over on a bus once with my son. Because they took my driver's license away, and I fell over on a bus. And the man who I fell over next to leant over and told me to stop drinking alcohol in the daytime. And the kids would laugh, if I got into the middle of a conversation and forgot what we were talking about. And they didn't mean to hurt me, but all these things build up inside and you just become worthless.
Can I ask a question, Claire?
Sorry.
Can I ask a question? And you can tell me to bugger off because you have permission to do that with me. When you were applying for those jobs, were people telling you that you couldn't have, that you weren't eligible for the job, or were they making you feel like you were just saying, that you couldn't get the job because of the brain injury? Like, did you have to disclose it?
Well, I did, and perhaps maybe that was a mistake, but I got questioned a lot on, keeping remembering my courses and things like, and do I remember how to do an accurate child observation, and can I still write reports and all this, that, and the other? And I'm thinking, I'm applying for it. Anyway, it all gets to you, Ali. And in the end, it always came down to, at this time, you're not suitable. And I knew that was never going to change. And
no one loves to hear that.
Sorry?
No one loves to hear that.
No, especially when you're telling it to yourself, and that's
Yes.
the biggest thing. So you can all imagine what my mindset was like. Okay, so out of the blue, my eldest daughter, God love her, invited me to a Scentsy party. Now, I'd never heard of it, didn't even know what it was, like most people. And but I went along to this party, and funnily enough, the lady who was doing the party, the consultant, is my daughter's best friend. So I kind of knew her, but I still didn't know what Scentsy was. Anyway, this young lady spoke with so much passion about her products, and I started looking at it from a different point of view rather than as a customer, as a, could I do this? And then this is when the famous itty bitty shitty committee gets into your head. And we know all about that, don't we,
We
Ali?
do, don't we?
And says, "No, you can't." So I shushed up until I asked the price of a certain item. It was a beautiful premium diffuser that caught my eye. And when she told me how much it was, I said, "I beg your pardon." And she said, "But you could get that if you wanted to for half price." And I said, "How?" So she said, have a party with me. So I'm thinking, you beauty, because that's all I wanted was that diffuser. So I booked a party. Oh my God, my house looked like someone's 21st birthday because no one knew what Scentsy was. So all my friends came along. And anyway, long story short, that party got converted into my launch party because I actually thought to myself, you know what? I could do this. The kids will buy off me, and I'll probably be my own very best customer, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, so I earned all the new consultant awards and started thinking, holy moly, I love that. The things we'll do for a bargain. Absolutely, Helen. And so this was all over a diffuser. And yeah, so anyway, all these awards started arriving, and I got rewarded with money and product credit and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, oh, this is easy. This is so easy. And off I went. And I got my first promotion, and then the wheels fell off because you know what? It suddenly dawned on me. You actually need to work a business. The business doesn't just come to you. Yeah. Did anyone realise that? Seriously, there you go. I've taught you something today. So I decided, I decided that nobody liked me. Everyone was just nice to me because of my party that I had, and no one wanted to buy. And so I was seriously considering leaving until Nat, my daughter's best friend, who is my sponsor, said to me, "Look, Claire, we have an annual conference every year down in Melbourne, and it's called Scentsy Family Reunion." She said, "Don't leave until you've come to that with me." So I said, "Okay." So I scrimped and scraped and earned the money for my airfare, and I went down to SFR, and this was 2017. And holy moly, did that day change the course of the rest of my life or what? We got to the last day of the conference, and I was sitting there I was a lead consultant, and I thought I was really important. Second promotion. And I was watching a video in the last session about the next incentive trip, and it was a cruise to the around the Mediterranean, including flights to Barcelona, and then you know what? Oh, I'll tell you. Oh, hang on, I'll finish this part first. I'm looking at all this happening, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, only the big wigs in the company would earn this. I would never earn something like this. And at that moment, it literally felt like someone flicked a switch in the back of me. And then, as quickly as that committee told me I wasn't going to earn it, I told myself I was. And 6 months later, I did. And 6 months and 2 days later, I was standing in Pompeii.
Oh my goodness, yay!
Something that was on my bucket list. I was born in Europe, but I had never been to Pompeii.
Wow.
Now that to me taught me a very big lesson. And see, then just after all of this happened, then I met someone, didn't I? Called Ali
Oh
Sugars.
yeah, that's right. That's me.
I met Ali at an expo, and this is how you know when you're on the right path, when things just start happening, but they don't happen if you don't make them happen or help them along. Anyway, so
Mhm.
COVID hit, and my business was like bang, gone, whoosh. I had a
Yep.
full diary of parties and
Yep.
expos and markets and events to do. And we went into lockdown in March, I believe, for the first time. Bang gone. I had nothing. And I thought, great, now what? And anyway, I was talking to Susie Manley one night, and I had just done an online market on Facebook, which kind of it was okay. But we had all our 5 foot rope virtual expos, in-person expos
That's
cancelled.
right. Yeah, Susie used to do them in
And
person.
yeah, and I was at 2 of Susie's in-person ones, and then they were gone too. So Susie and I were having a D&M late one night, and I said, why don't you do the expo online? And she looked, she said, what do you mean? And I said, well, do it online. And she thought about it, and then the next morning she said to me, I can make that happen. Anyway, I'm digressing here. So then
I was going to bring you back.
online expo started, and I met Ali.
And
And
Jay got released.
but we had a booster call, and you know what, the first call that Ali and I had, I let things get in my way again. A, because of my self-confidence. B, I wasn't prepared to invest in myself, because I had no confidence in me.
I remember
Anyway,
that day like it was yesterday, Claire. I remember talking to you thinking, oh my goodness, this woman has got so much potential. And I knew that you weren't confident. And I look at you now going, check her out. Check her out, everybody. How good. I mean, the confidence and the 180 in you is frigging incredible.
and like I just, if you're prepared to get out of your comfort zone, and I found that was the biggest thing, getting out of my comfort zone and getting myself out there and basically reinventing the wheel through COVID.
Yeah.
During COVID, and due to all these online expos that started coming, thank the Lord, because Ali started doing hers too, so it was brilliant. And I promoted to director. Oh, and in the middle of all this, I joined the Heart and Soul Business Academy and did the Ali's business course. So investing in myself and coming out of my comfort zone was the best thing that I could do. So I'd done the hard yakka to get myself to where I am now. And of course, it doesn't stop. You've still got to be the face of your own business and work your business. But now I have the time my focus has changed. I can now devote more of my time to my beautiful team and my downline. There's 165 of us now, and I'm just loving it. And that first Mediterranean cruise I went on a trip to New Zealand. I earned Bermuda, but that was in the middle of COVID. I earned Fiji. That was in the middle of COVID. I've just come back from Orlando, and I'm going to England for Christmas, and that's because of my Scentsy pay. And next year, where am I going next year? My gosh, I've forgotten. Where am I going?
I don't know. You
Hang
tell
on.
me.
I've just confirmed. This is another cruise, and we're going to the Greek islands and Turkey.
Can I come in your suitcase? That's all I ask.
Or you can just be a consultant and earn it yourself.
Oh,
Anyone can earn it.
There you go. Love it, Claire.
But that's my passion now. My passion is looking after those people who've trusted me to help them. And I won't do it for them, but I will certainly guide them, mentor them, and love them, and make them feel safe and confident. And along the way, I've learnt skills from different things to do that.
You certainly have, and I was going to say something and it's completely gone out of my head, and I don't like it when that happens. I don't know what I was going to say. It was something about the incentives.
Claire just said, I'm going back to Dalfara to do a mustard with them next year.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe we'll join you. Now, I forgot what I was going to say again, Claire. See,
sorry,
you might be 64, but clearly you're not the only one that loses their mind. Oh no, I was going to say that I told you this morning in our chat, that I was watching one of your trainings, because you regularly train and follow up with your teamies, and that's one thing that I really love and respect about you, is that you are not one of these directors that's just going to sign someone up and leave them to it. You are hands-on, man. And that's what I was watching this training last night, and the encouragement that you were giving your teamies, and then listening to them in how successful they're being. I was getting really excited, and I'm what they call a kidnapper. Aren't I, Claire?
Yes, you are.
Maybe you should explain what a kidnapper is, because I might not do it properly.
So, a kidnapper is someone who, and look, this is fine because I only really joined to buy for myself. So someone who we call a kidnapper buys a kit, becomes a person in my team, but only shops for themselves if and when they want to. And that's fine. You can take the kit and do nothing with it and run off because it's yours.
But
that is
as you said, I'm a kidnapper. But if I ever decide, because I do love the Scentsy products, 100%, right? I love them. If you want to know about the whiffs, ask Claire. Come to the Expo to find out about the washer whiffs, because they are good. But yeah, if I ever decided that I wanted to run Scentsy as a business, you would be there. You would be the first person I went to, because I know that you would lead me and guide me in how to do it. And like I said, you have got some people having some friggin' incredible success at the moment, haven't you? And a team of 165.
And I'm really, see, this is what I don't do. I don't like, as crazy as this sounds, all praise being heaped on me.
You never have you?
No, I get self-conscious, I get awkward, and anyway, but the other side of that, I absolutely love shouting my teamies out. And if I can find something really little that they've done, it doesn't matter how small it is, but I'm proud of them for doing that. So I tell everybody.
And
sometimes just that little thing might just be the little spark that makes them think that someone's noticing them, which is what happened to me. And
exactly,
as much as I don't like being shouted out, I ask a bit of a It's weird, actually. Now I'm saying it out loud. I really don't, but I do it all the time to my team. I wonder how many of them actually sit there and go, "Oh, Claire, will you shush?"
Probably none of them, because as Helen, you are saying exactly what I'm thinking, and that's why you're successful, because you do shout your team out, and it's
Oh,
not from a
thank you,
place of look at
Helen.
me, look at me, look at me. It's from a place of you, from the bottom of your heart, love your team members, and you love supporting them, and you love it when they succeed. That's what, and I've seen that firsthand.
Gives me my buzz. That's my buzz.
It
When they
does.
succeed, I'm on a high for days.
You are,
That's
and I have
yeah.
seen it like firsthand.
I
And
know
those of
you.
you who don't know, I actually lived with Claire at the beginning of last year for 6 months, so we know each other very well.
We do, and yeah, my team, and I say this a lot, but it's actually true. Having been the mum and got, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, I'm still a mum, but in a different way now. I'm a nanny now to 6 incredible little people, but my team have become the family that I didn't even know I needed.
Yeah, they have.
And they really, they really, I don't know, I just love watching them grow. And like my one of my team is a director now, one of my downline. My beautiful Erin Forster is now a director, and I have another one coming up who's going to be a director, Pat Clark. And I get it's like being with them on their journey and seeing them succeed is what gives me a buzz. That's my buzz. But by the same token, I'll call a spade a spade. That makes me successful too. So it works both ways.
Heck yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Now, I've got a question to ask you. I don't think I've ever actually asked you this before, because Dean just
Is this
said
a real question?
No, it's a normal question.
Okay.
Susie Manley's not here, so but if anyone wants to ask Claire a question, feel free to put it in the comments. Just saying. You opened that up, I didn't. Anyway, so Dean has just put, that's our Clare Bear. Now, I would love to know how you came about the name Clare Bear, like, because your team is the Clare Bears.
Well, that's an easy one, actually. Okay, so I had this team and we were looking like we might promote, and I said to my downline at the time, okay, we're probably going to be a director team very soon, and I hadn't even given any thought to what the team was going to be called. And so I put it out for the team to choose our team name. And so one of the girls, she was actually the second to comment, and she said, "You're such a mother to everyone." She said, "I think it should be Mama Bear." And then that sort of started the whole thing off. And then someone said, "No, the Clare Bears." And that's how Clare Bear started. But from that day on, just about no one in my team calls me Claire. They all call me Mama.
They do, Mama. Yeah, and I call you Clare Bear. Sometimes I call you Mama Bear. Sometimes I call you Clare Bear.
Yep.
But
that's as simple, because I couldn't think of anything. And then, of course, the whole Care Bear thing started. And I said to them after a little while, I said, we can't use Care Bears because they're licensed, and we all know about licensed products. So that was the next competition we had, was to design our own bear. So we have designed our own bear, and it goes on all that. I'm just trying to see if I haven't got a shirt here, but it goes on all our shirts that we get for events, and and it's So
And
it's
you
sort
know,
of just evolved, and yeah.
it has
It's
evolved, and what I love too is it's gone even a little
you
bit further
see
than
what
that.
Helen's just said?
It's what
Let her in.
you've got to laugh. Well
I
done, Helen.
told
Well
you
done.
she had a wicked sense of humour, didn't I?
Oh yeah, she does. Oh yeah, I love it. Good on you, Helen. You're winning so far. So with the Clare Bears, what I love too is it's gone even further than that, hasn't it? Too, because I love you've got nicknames for people in your team, and what I
Oh,
love is
yeah, we do.
So tell us some of the nicknames because they're cool. If that's okay, if the people won't mind,
Oh,
you don't
I'm
have to
sure
mention
they
names.
won't mind. Okay, so Erin's nickname, and this basically speaks for itself, is
Yes, it
Jabberjaws.
does. Yes.
Okay, and then we have Karen Little, who is Beanie Bear. And she's Beanie Bear because she works for Coles, and in the middle of winter, every time she came onto a training, she wore a beanie. So
Beanie Bear.
she became Beanie Bear. Tina Caddy is Moon Boot because she broke both of her ankles just after she joined. So she has had two moon boots, one on each foot. So she's Moon
Oh,
Boot. Sharon Kosh has many nicknames, but at the moment she's Madam C, which is Madam Consistency. But we also call her Tom because she's got a dreadful memory too. What else? We've got Sleepy Bear is my
I love
VA.
Sleepy Bear. I think that is the best.
Um,
Sleepy Bear.
Pat is Mama Dreamer because her team are the Dream Team, and she's going to be a director soon. So she's Mama Dreamer. Then Dawn Rudman is the Quiet Achiever.
Nice.
Who else? I can't. Anne Turnbull is Queen of the Night. Yeah. So look, it takes us a while, but eventually we do give people nicknames, and then when the poor newbies come in to chat, they can't tell who anybody is.
It's a learning curve for everybody.
So we call Team Chat the Nut House, aka
Oh,
Team Chat.
it just gets better and better, doesn't it? But
Yeah,
I love it.
it is.
You know,
It's great, and it's a safe. I'm very upfront with the culture of the team.
yeah.
I won't. We're inclusive. We have some beautiful people with special needs. Hey, I'm one of them, for goodness sake, in my
You're
team,
winning it. That's
and
it.
they get as much time as they need with me, or anybody in the team will help. And
Yeah.
until they're confident and they're sure what they're doing, and even if they're not sure, they can ask as many questions as they want. There's no such thing as a silly question because we've all been newbies and we all need to learn things. And it's a place for love and support. And trust me, I have got rid of negative Nancy's in the past and bullies. I won't have it. And so it's a safe community. And like Ali said before, we don't leave the newbies alone. I have a special group for newbies when they're learning with just me, and I take all the newbies in there and I give them their this may be something that I learnt somewhere in a business course that I was doing, onboarding procedures. And I take them all aside into a group of their own, and put all the expectations in there and then the ways I can help them. And
Wow.
yeah, so they're away from the main group, which can become very, very overwhelming.
That is really cool, Claire. And I actually didn't know you did that. See, they do say you learn something every day. And I did not know you did that. That is really cool. Because it can be
But
overwhelming. You think
that's a onboarding procedure that I put together while I was doing it HSBA, because I would never have thought about that myself. And it was talking
wow.
about making people feel comfortable by implementing procedures to do that.
Right. Wow. Brilliant.
And that's what we do. And then it's great because once they're certified, they go into team chat where all the real lunatics are.
I love the way you put that. And yeah. God, I love you, Claire. So tell us, what is your favourite Scentsy product? Well, that's a hard question.
I've got two. Washer whiffs would have to be number one. But then I also, one of the special things that we have in the line that changes all the time is something that adds to something that I do every year. I'm sounding very cryptic here, but it's our buddies.
Wow.
And
I love
I've
this.
got these are just two new ones that came, and I bought these to go into the buddy drive for Christmas. So they're sitting here, but because they're new, I thought I would share them. But these give me a means to an end to pay it forward every year.
They do, and I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to ask about your buddies and that you mentioned a buddy drive. Please tell us about that. And apologies, no apologies if everyone starts crying in a good way.
If everyone what?
Starts crying because it's so beautiful, this story.
Hey, I'll be leading it. Okay, so when I first joined Scentsy, this cat is going to start attacking buddies. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm going to put them under here. One of the ideals of in our mission statement is to always give more than you receive. And that's something that has been drilled into me from a very small child by my parents and my grandparents. And so anyway, I decided that buddies would be the way to do it. And then somebody said to me, oh no, because that's just going to line your pocket because people will be buying buddies off you. And I said, no, I'll figure out a way for it not to line my pocket. Anyway, so we'll get off the negative. So I started in my second year taking donated buddies from all my friends, family, team, customers. I started taking them to the Children's Hospital in Brisbane, and we did that for 2 or 3 years. And then I noticed that there was lots of people taking buddies up to the hospital, Scentsy buddies. So I thought, okay, no, please, mate. So I thought, that's great. They don't need hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of buddies. So I tried to figure out somewhere else to take them. And there was a beautiful hospice that we nearly started to donate to, a hospice for kids. But then I was at a barbecue with one of my closest friends of years, and she's a social worker. And she is the lady in charge of placing children through her agency in foster care. And so I suddenly thought, it's been under my nose all the time. Bingo, we're going to donate to kids in care. And so we did. And these things have become a lifeline to some of these kids. We've had non-verbal children that have started talking through their buddy. I have a kitten who's going to suffocate himself in a plastic bag here.
Oh,
sorry.
Gosh. Oh, my goodness.
Look, he's going to walk across the keyboard now. Sorry.
He just wants to get on in the action of the story.
Getting back to, I want to quantify what I said before. I use my commission to rebuy buddies. I
Yep.
also use when I have parties that are open to free and half price host rewards. I order them and they go into the donation as well. If I feel that maybe it's warranted, I will also do a cash donation as well, because I don't want to have anyone turn around and say to me, you are benefiting from this. Maybe I am, but these kids' faces, it is. And you know what? I've been taking my grandchildren with me every
I
year
know. I
it's a
know.
learning curve for them. And last year,
Yeah.
my 12, she's 12 now, Nevaeh, it suddenly dawned on her what we were actually doing.
Yeah.
And she said to me, Nanny, don't these children have mummies and daddies? And I said, yes, darling, they do. But go and talk to Nan Nan. Now, Nan Nan's what they call my friend Donna, the social worker. So she went and sat with Nan Nan, who gave her a much better child
Explanation.
understanding of what we were actually doing. And my little 12-year-old was just in tears. And she said, I want to do this with you now. I said, darling, you've been doing this with me every year.
Oh, that's
My
so
grandkids count
beautiful.
the buddies. They make sure we've got enough scent packs to go in the buddies. They load the car, they unload the car, and they come along and it's I finally think that my grandchildren are starting to realize that not everything in this world is as beautiful as the home that their parents have provided for
Mm,
them and their extended
wow.
family. And it's a big learning curve. I mean, I'm sure
Wow.
they pick up a lot worse on social media, but it's just one of those things. And
But
it's like
that,
paying it forward. And I just love it.
it is, and it is to showing your children firsthand that even though your grandchildren, that even though some people don't have it as lucky as them, that there are ways that we can help. And I am such a fan of what you do. And I'm going to say, guys, Claire is, it is, I don't even know how to word it. It is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. I unfortunately, I've never seen you go and do the buddy drive in person. But what I can say is when I was living with Claire, I saw there was stacks, like I don't know how many buddies I saw coming through that front door. It was funny. We'd be sitting upstairs, and that I don't know. You'd go, oh, there's another Scentsy delivery or something, and you'd carry it up the stairs. You unpack the boxes, and there'd be 5 more buddies, and they'd go back into the stack of the buddy. It was amazing. And then people were coming, like whether they were your friends or your teamies, they were coming and delivering bags of buddies for the buddy drive. And I can tell you guys, there was a whole room full of buddies. What's the most that you've ever given away, donated?
Last year we had 173.
173, guys. That is
We
amazing. So
want 300
173
this year.
lives. You want what?
I would like 300 this year.
And how can people donate if they want to donate, Claire?
They
Let's
can
get up to
donate.
that 300.
Now, I would love to have all of you donate. And I'm looking here. Dean Shaw donates for us. Ali donates. Senli Wong donates. Half the people that are on there, Kalia has donated, I'm pretty sure. Half the people on this chat now, this live, have donated. I would love you to donate. If you have your own Scentsy consultant, and this is how we're growing, because it doesn't all have to go through me. It needs to
Right.
be delivered to me. So my
Yeah.
address goes on everything, but it doesn't have to go through my account. So if you have your own consultant, go to them, go to their website, order and then get it sent to me. I can put my address in the I'm flying solo today, so I will put my address in here after this live. But please visit my website, choose a buddy, and please don't think that you need to spend a fortune on the full price buddies. Go
No,
to
that's
the
true.
clearance section. You can pick up buddies, brand new buddies, for under $30. Buddy.
And you know what? That's what I ended up
Yeah.
doing last year. And I think I ended up,
Yeah.
I think from memory, I donated 4 or 5. I can't remember how many it was, but
Well,
that's what I
you
did.
got
I went,
the Princess Leia, didn't you?
oh, that's right, I did too. And oh yeah, I did. And I felt, oh, it was just a privilege to be knowing where they were going, knowing that you are someone who sticks to your word, and and seeing literally over the 6 months I was there, this pile of buddies build up. God knows what it was like before, because I was with you for the first 6 months of the year. So I don't know what it was like by the second 6 months of the year. It would have been amazing. But
You
yeah,
you should see my spare room now. I've got a big red like, oh, I don't know,
is that
display
my
thing,
old room?
and it's literally floor to ceiling buddies at the moment.
Oh my goodness, you should take a
But
photo, Claire.
this is sorry.
You should take a photo.
Yeah, I will. I will. Actually, I'll do a video because I probably wouldn't get them all in one. But I
Cool.
will. And I cashed out a party that I have had running on my website all year so far. And I went in to cash out the rewards, which I could have got stuff for me, but
Yeah,
that's not how these buddy drives work.
yeah,
Everything goes back to the kids. I don't
yeah.
need it. They do. So a box arrived and I ordered 9 buddies from clearance.
Wow, that is
Free or
cool.
free or half price, and they're going to the kids. And I buy everybody myself through the year. Everybody that gets released I buy, and I
You
use all
do.
my party rewards and things to get more. So yeah.
You're so generous, and it's amazing that you do that. So just say one more time. So if people want to donate, you're going to pop the address in, the web address.
Got my
How
website
they
and
donate.
my address in the comments.
Cool.
And I would love to. Now, I do have to say that we don't wrap them and we
Yeah.
don't put tags on them,
Yeah.
because the children choose them for themselves. And this all started,
Oh, that's
horrible
beautiful.
as this sounds, this started with the hospital. The first year that I donated to the children's hospital, when I rang up, I turned up with all these buddies wrapped. And the very first thing they said to me was, I'm so sorry, but we're going to have to unwrap them all to put them through security.
Oh no, you're kidding.
No, but see, that's a sign
Oh,
of the times we live in. They had
it
to
is.
all be
It is.
x-rayed.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
So
you can understand that.
we don't it's sort of, we don't wrap them and we don't put labels on them. We just send them as a group with all our love, and my grandies hand them out. So, and the kids choose their own.
I love that. And they get a chance to see. So that's amazing, Claire. Now, also, so on top of the buddy drive, now I know there's probably people watching this, and you're going to hate me for saying this, I know, but they're looking at this wonderful lady, our mama bear, our Claire, and they go, I want to work with her, or I want some Scentsy. How can they find that?
How can they what?
How can they find that? How can they work with you, or how can they get hold of
Oh,
some Scentsy?
As you just go to my website, if you would like to, if you want to join me on this crazy journey with me, that would be incredible. You can be a kidnapper, just like Ali. You can do this just as a little side hustle to get a bit of extra money. You can really jump in. Do you know why I do this? I'm going to tell you all my why now. This
Love
is
it.
why I do Scentsy, and I think Helen Prince will appreciate this, given her topic in the next expo.
Yes.
I was in my late 40s when superannuation became a thing, and I kind of missed the boat with super. Mainly because I was in a situation, luckily, where I didn't need to work. And then when I did need to work, basically, I have no super to speak of.
Mm,
So
mm.
I need a legacy income for my children, my husband, and my grandchildren when I'm not here
Beautiful.
anymore. And so I am now 2 promotions away from being able to turn this into a legacy that will give my family an income after I'm gone. That's why I do this.
Then you got
My
me.
family is my entire inspiration, and my why is big enough to get me out of bed every morning.
It is. It's beautiful,
Yeah.
Claire. That is
And
beautiful.
when Ali was here, if I didn't get out of bed every morning, she would come and get me out of bed every morning.
Do you not
Don't
literally
think
fix
you're
your
going
bed?
back to sleep. Get up. I
I
know
so
what you're
did
doing
that.
in there.
I so did that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I remember.
Sometimes
No, I
we
know you
all,
won't.
you know what? It's a very loving kick up the bum that we all need sometimes. I've given you very loving kicks up the arse as well. Oh, bottom.
Oh, trust me, it goes both ways. It sure does. And that's why we get along, because we can take it and dish it out.
Yeah. But I just
Awesome.
want to thank everyone who has Michelle Peel is in my team. Did anybody know that?
No.
Yes,
I
she's
now.
joined my team. And
Oh,
yeah, so but yeah, what was I going to say? I was gone. See, it's catching. Now I've forgotten what I was going to say.
I
Hmm.
don't know either. We're talking about
Anyway, I
legacy.
just know what it was. Thank you everyone for coming and supporting this little interview today. And there's been some great interviews, hasn't there?
We are having a ball with these sponsors
Yeah.
interviews, I know. And, and
And it's
Claire, I just have to
yeah,
say,
it's
personally, I think I've been very well behaved today.
I think you've been very well behaved and you're scaring me.
I know, well, that's okay. But, Susie Manley's not here either. So, and you know what happens when you and Susie and I get together. It's pretty dangerous.
It's very dangerous. I feel sorry for the people in the expos.
People who are watching, oh no, we all love it. And this is the thing, people in the expo, we like you and your Claire Bear family, me and my Heart and Soul family, we have an expo family as well, where we're having not just the sponsors but the
100%.
stall holders as well. We network together, we get to know each other, and it's a lot of fun in these expos. So before I tell everybody more about that, I'd just love to say to you, Claire, thank you so much for sharing your story today, because every time you share it, as much as I know it, I always hear something new. And
Thank you,
it always
sweetheart.
the power behind that story, and this time in particular, I don't know why, when you said that you're 2 promotions away from leaving a legacy from your family, that chokes me up, because I know that you are such a family orientated lady. And that gets
Yeah.
me. I'm so damn proud of you.
Thank you, sweetheart. And thank you to you, my love, for giving up your time to do these interviews with us, because it's a great way for us to get ourselves out there. But the other thing I love about these interviews is we get to know each other. So we
do.
don't
That's
go
right.
into these expos not knowing who, Helen Prince is or Parme is or Dean Shaw is. We know each other
We know
before
each
they
other.
start. Yeah. And
Exactly.
I think that makes it into a big family thing. It is. It's
It is.
lovely.
We are a big family. Well, thank you. Dean's just said you're extremely inspiring, Claire. 100,000% agree, Dean. Thank you, beautiful lady, for joining us today. I'm going to pop you down below.
Now she's
Don't
going to
go
say
in.
things about me. Okay. Don't take
Yeah.
any notice of what she says.
But what if they're nice?
Oh, it's nice. Of course, listen. But yeah, I'm watching, Ali. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Kelly.
Thank you so much. Mwah.
Oh my goodness, one of the best interviews ever. Oh goodness. All right, guys. So as Claire said, my beautiful Claire, if you would either one of several things, if you would like to donate to the wonderful buddy drive that Claire does, if you would like to become a member of her team, or if you would like to get some Scentsy products, Claire is going to shortly put the links in the comments for you to be able to do that. And obviously you have seen this is a lady with an absolute heart of gold who I can really sincerely say will help you to be a success in whatever you choose to do. So there we go, guys. Now, I'd just like to quickly let you know about our October Virtual Expo. Now, as I mentioned before, it is happening on the 9th, 10th and 11th of October. We are sold out of stall holder and sponsorship places, which is fantastic, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a part of the expo. If you would like to come and join us as a visitor, it's free to join, guys. All you need to do is join the group, the Facebook group. You can come into the expo. You can actually see all the lead up to it. You'll see people setting up their stall albums. Guys, you will get access to bargains, free trainings, live specials, discounts, competitions, lucky door prizes, lots of stuff. So if you want to know more about it, come and join our group. I believe my beautiful VA Parme has pinned it in the comments to this interview. Now, also, just before I go, I'd love to let you know that although we have sold out for our October Expo, we are now taking expressions of interest for both our February 2025 Expo, and also if you are someone who's interested in being an annual stall holder or an annual sponsor for our virtual expos for next year, just pop Expo 25 in the comments and we will get in touch with you and how you can do that. So at the moment we're taking expressions of interest and we would love to have you involved in our 2025 expos. I feel so organized. Yeah, and Sally's just said, do invite your clients, friends, and families to the Facebook group. Absolutely. The more the merrier, guys. We have so much fun. Just this interview is a really good example of that. We have fun in our interviews. We have fun in our networking sessions. We have a ball in our expos as well. So thanks, guys. Now, just before I go, I want to tell you one more thing. We have one more sponsors interview coming up with the wonderful Michelle Peel. This will be happening on Thursday, and I'm going to say it is at 12:30 Adelaide time. So we would love to have you join us then, and where you can learn all about another one of our beautiful sponsors, Michelle. We will see you then, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye.